start you on this here.
You're watching an undercover mission. The equipment, a dozen cameras, and 280 hours of videotape.
Okay, we got a 10 o'clock start, so here we go.
The undercover team, 8 men, 2 women, armed only with a clipboard. Their mission, to solve an old mystery that's baffled store owners since the dawn of the first five and dime. Why do people buy?
Okay, I think we're going to grab her. Coming into the store at 10:49:25.
I'm looking for our size.
And she's in the handbag section.
The operatives you're watching are actually shopping researchers, and they're following the customers, logging in code every item picked up or passed by, caressed or cast aside.
She touched one. No take.
A map of the site keeps track of the shopper's journey.
Now she's in the shoe section. This is a good section because I can hide.
Again, the shoppers have no idea their every move is being videotaped. All this espionage is the brainchild of this man, Paco Underhill, a highly paid and highly prized consultant to many of the country's retail giants, like the Gap, Starbucks, Radio Shack, and McDonald's. Paco and his company, EnviroCell, study the shopping habits of humans. He calls it retail anthropology, and we consumers in the mall are his gorillas in the mist.
There's some magic that happens on the floor of a store. Some of it is magic, some of it is science, and that's what I've been trying to discover.
What Paco's clients have discovered is that in the high-stakes world of retail, his advice can make the difference between success and failure. Now, for the first time, Paco is sharing his marketing science in a new book, Why We Buy. It's research gleaned from 20 years of watching us. Figure out what it takes to make us part with our money. The butt brush theory.
As I stand up at a counter or a display of any kind, there's the amount of time it takes me to get comfortable to make the purchase decision. And I think our butts, not only are they sensitive to touch, but I think they have radar in them. That if you get a little too close to their rear, particularly in a public setting like this, there's an inclination to say, I think I'll move along here.
So, let's go to the videotape. Watch as this woman tries to shop an aisle. As she leans to look for a product, she's constantly interrupted by people passing closely behind her behind, until, sure enough, she walks away without buying. The solution, says Paco, is simple: wider aisles. Now, if you're giggling at all this, know that retailers are also laughing, all the way to the bank.
I am surprised by a lot of the data we're getting because, in retrospect, a lot of it is common sense.
David Dworkin is the CEO of the Upton's department store chain. He hired Paco 3 years ago.
The first Upton's that we looked at was an absolute disaster.
And it was clear from Paco's surveillance tapes what was wrong. Overstuffed racks and a shortage of display tables left shoppers unable to pet the merchandise. Narrow aisles between fixtures meant lost sales because of butt brush. And there was no dominant right flow, which left customers, especially women, typical Upton shoppers, with little reason to walk through the rest of the store.
We actually switched the men's area with the women's area. Men's had formerly been on the right side of the store. And after we switched, our business actually went up substantially.
According to Paco, since he was hired, Upton sales have jumped 12%. That's millions of dollars. So it's no surprise Upton's brought Paco back to fine-tune its newest store in Boca Raton, Florida. For 3 days, Paco's team videotaped and tailed customers through the store and scrutinized the layout.
Where's the mirrors?
And that's another of Paco's shopping secrets. No mirror, no sale. Later, back in New York, Paco's team analyzed the Upton's video.
One of the problems we identified in...
Then, the following week, Paco briefed Upton's executives. The main problems, he said, cash registers and fitting rooms were too hard for customers to find. But the overall layout, he told them, was working.
The good news is that we're getting close to 40% of the people walking in the door and making the full circuit of the store. Hallelujah.
And that means Paco's undercover work is paying off for retailers.